Islam. Welcome back to the More Culture Podcast. I'm your host, Brother Tyshan Edwards Bey, and we're back for another episode. I'm here with my co-host, the Elder Sheikh, the Sheriff, Brother Shariff Bey, Islam, and Elder Sheikh, my brother Quinn L, Islam Sergeant at Arms, Islam. Welcome back for another episode of the More Culture Podcast. This is episode 54. Islam, praise Allah.
Islamism.
We're in the power ciphers. This is 54 power culture. Islam, power culture, all being born to born. Islam. Let's bring some born. Let's bring forth. Let's born our knowledge. Is born our culture and our power here today in this podcast, episode 54. I'm gonna greet everybody with peace. Islam, Assalamu alaikum, Alafia, Ayonio, Rahubat, Shalom, Hotep. Shalom. I said shalom. I said all that. Namaste.
Yeah.
Peace. Islam. And in true Moorish tradition and fashion, before we dive all the way in, we just want to start with our praises and honors for the day. Brother Sharif, Elder, would you like to start with your praises and honors for the day?
Peace. I would like to rise and give high honor to Almighty Allah and His Holy Divine Prophet, Noble Ali. High honor to the forerunner of the Prophet, Marcus Mosaic Garvey. High honor to Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad. High honor to Spirit of Truth, J. Gibbons Hill. High honor to Emiliel. High honor to the God man of the day, Melchizedek, Jerome Grand Bay. High honor to the Magi, Priest Sidney Raphael. High honor to the Nazarene Allah. High honor to the Dean of Adams, Hamid Anderson L. High honor to Dr. R. German Bay. High honor to Richardson Dingle L. High honor to Chief Grand Resurrector, Timothy Dingle L. Hyphenated Noble Drawley, his other half, Mother Ruth, Mother Wisdom Graham Noblest, Louise Dingle L. and their daughter Diane Dingle L. High honor to the Supreme Grand Sheikess, Margaret Thompson Bay. High honor to our Supreme Grand Governor, Robert Stone L. High honor to his Assistant Grand Governor, Robert Page L. and to Assistant Grand Governor Shem L. High honor to our Grand Governor here in the state of Delaware, J. Howard Bay. High honor to my son who's transitioned to the soul plane of life. High honor to all those Moors, Moabites who have transitioned to the soul plane of life. High honor to everybody under the sound of my voice. Peace. Islam.
Peace, Islam. Brother Cornell, like to start with your praise and honors.
Islam. I rise and give praise to the great God Allah. I rise and give honor to the Prophet, Noble Ali. I give honor to the forerunner, Marcus Messiah Garvey. I give honors to all of the prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, Jonah, etc. I give honors to all past and present leadership, and I give honors to all of the Moors that are here today, and to our Grand Governor, J. Howard Bey. Islam.
Islam. I like to rise in the spirit of the seven and give all praises to Allah, high honors to the Prophet, Noble Ali, and the forerunner, Marcus Messiah Garvey. Islam, high honors to all past and present leadership of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and high honors to all true and divine prophets of Allah that stand on the square of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, Confucius, Islam, etc. High honors to all the Moors worldwide, whether they know it or they don't know it. Islam, high honors. And high honors to all of our ancestors and everybody that paved the way for us to be here in the Moor Culture Center in Wilmington, Delaware at 715 North King Street. Islam, moreculturecenter.com. Shameless plug. Make sure we know what's going on here in the center.
Hey, we taking donations too, Islam.
We are in desperate, I don't want to say desperate, we are in absolute need of donations. That's how we operate. That's how we stay here in this location, in this building. There's such thing as, rent, property taxes, and electricity bills, and water bills, and all these different things. We in order to stay here and stay afloat, we need support from everybody that is willing and able. So please, visit the website, moreculturecenter.com, or swing by, stop by, especially Fridays. We are here every Friday at 7 p.m., the God Hour, inside these four walls of the temple, Federation Moorish Science Temple of America, Temple number 4 in Wilmington, Delaware. Islam. Yes. Man, it was a beautiful weekend.
Yes.
Strong end is a better way of putting it. And I don't know if you want to start with that. I think you wanted to mention that, but you tell me more. What's on your mind?
Well, what was really on my mind is that back in the Bible, Prophet Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego wouldn't eat none of the king's meat. And the meat was pork. And a lot of people out there eating the king's meat, pork. That's why they ain't right upstairs. That's why they can't get their head together. And then we here at Moorish Cultural Center has been talking for weeks about the doctrine of discovery. And then we build you up, then the Pope apologized last week, something like that. Apology ain't good enough. Look at the damages. Now it's time to clean it up.
Yeah, I think he might be the second pope to apologize. Wasn't another one that they apologized
Right,
to?
but he's apologized for the lies that they spread.
Yeah, indeed. Islam.
That indoctrination distilled the land.
That's right.
And he's telling you who the land belonged to.
That's right.
Now you got people with this propaganda, which they're lying. So the people ain't going to never resurrect and grow until the truth hit them.
That's right.
And give them life.
That's right.
So the apology ain't good enough because the doctrine of discovery led down, I'll just name a few, down to World War I, World War II, the Berlin Conference, King Leopold's letter.
Oh, yeah, it's all connected, bro.
All these wars on up to what's happening now.
It's all connected.
Yeah, so the people had to wake up, and it ain't no joke. They truly had to stop eating that king's meat
Yeah.
and put on the full armor of Allah, according to the Ephesians 6:11, the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith to quench yourself from all fire, darts of the wicked, sword of truth, which is spirit. Now that's good knowledge. A lot of things in New Testament is good. I'm not saying it's all good, right? But King Solomon says, wisdom more valuable than rubies. That's wisdom. But the scriptures were altered. And so people that think you got the authority to teach somebody something about the scripture, you don't. A lot of you people's agents for Pope Nicholas and Pope Alexander.
But it also boils down to this as well. If you have lost your nation, if you lost your nationality, if you lost who you are, you're going to be in this world confused. And see, that's the main issue right now with America. Everybody in America is confused. You understand? And it all boils down to what you was just speaking about, how there were doctrines that were put in place in history. There were several things that were done in order for this so-called country to be what it is today. Islam?
And just like in the Holy Quran, it says, source says, let not the evil one cause you to slip, as he caused your parents to slip in the garden. Let not him take off your garments of righteousness, for he swore to you he was your sincere advisor, but to you he's an avowed enemy for him and his tribe, sit in a position where you cannot see him. Then did Shaitan cause them to slip from the state of mind, the state of eternal felicity, the garden in which they were in. They stole our nationality. Yeah. So when you don't want to be upright and come off that square where you're being more you're in the hellfire.
Islam. And that's why it's very important. The 5 principles, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That's actually the way of life, right? That's what Islam is, or Islamism is, right? But see, it even gets deeper than that, because that's actually been passed down by our ancestors, right? But it isn't just for our ancestors, it's for humanity. Our ancestors were blessed in order to give humanity what they needed to be uplifted. And see, that's the issue here. A lot of people don't understand what's going on,
And then when you go with the the prison industrial complex, when you fools out there keep ending up in prison, you're prisoners of war for real.
For real, man. For real.
They make it appear fair, seeming like you're not in a war, you're really in a war.
Slim.
That's why a lot of things ain't never been right. A lot of us ain't rebounded from what they did to us psychologically. But I've made some serious rebound when I connected on, grabbed hold to the rope of Allah. I made a serious rebound. I'm looking at them smiling because the veil's over their eyes.
when you finally have the grasp of the rope of Allah, you start to break up the secrets. You start to get the truth revealed to you, because Allah's greater than all that. You know what I mean? So, you know, a lot of us are lost right now. A lot of us are not attached to the rope of Allah, and it doesn't matter what faith you are. That's what we're speaking of.
Because like you told me, through the Doctrine of Discovery, can you relate that again?
Islam.
That wasn't. You said it wasn't only Muslims.
No, it wasn't only Muslims. No, but it started with the Muslims. But no, it wasn't only Muslims. Indigenous people of the lands, absolutely. And then those people were also included under the same caste as they had as the Muslims. So that's why you have a connection. I mean, we can get deeper.
Yes.
But yes, you're absolutely right. That's where it sprung from. You understand what I'm saying? So the pillaging and the taking over of land is not something new, especially with the European or the European-centric view, which is considered, till this day in modern day, white supremacy, isn't it?
And that's all they do. They keep trying to steal land. And then the other people on lower self, they put under hypnosis and they endorse it.
Islam. And, you have a mixture in this country right now. So that's why it's very hard for people to figure out which way to go and what to do.
The mixers are invaders.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, though. That's why this country is so confusing. That's why we can't get over certain aspects of human nature that we should be able to get over. We still have not in this country because we are confused.
Like when I was studying something, what you was telling me last week, and something came back on TikTok, was saying that the Dominicans, the Haitians, and the Puerto Ricans, and all of them, they were children of conquered Moors.
Islam, man. Islam.
They eventually divided them.
That's right.
But they can't. Right. This is the roots right here.
Islam, man. Yeah, and that's the connection for the people that are who were indigenous to America at the time, right, in North America at the time, right. It's the same connection, right. You can combine those languages all the way back to ancient history, right, and it all goes back to Asiatics, right.
And the Catholic Church, or the Doctrine of Discovery, they all use the house Negroes as pawns.
Islam.
So we might have a goal with freedom, and while you're searching for freedom, somebody appears that looks like you.
Right.
But then go ahead.
Let's be clear too, though. This knowledge that we are speaking of, right now hold on. We was talking about faith just a few seconds ago, but the whole aspect of what this country represents is a sacred knowledge that if you are not awakened to the truth, you're never going to understand, right?
And my people had to learn of their status, the difference between the corporate state, the corporate government, which is de facto, and the de jure, which is the real deal, Holyfield, which is protected by the United Nations Declarations of Human Rights for the Indigenous People. That's a law that protects us, and we have to learn how to use it. Right now, it don't mean enough because we don't study. It don't mean enough until you study it. And then we study it and come together as a collective body, it will help us out a lot. A lot of people are happy with the conditions that they live in. They don't want to change because the Holy Quran says, in the heart of the unbelievers, we have set a disease, and we will increase that disease, the disease of hypocrisy.
That's right. Islam, man. Islam. So, since we on the topic and since we talking about it, you know what I mean? I just would like to bring up, the connection that I was able to establish with Noble Jew Ali, the Prophet Noble Jew Ali, and his teachings and the Moorish Science Temple of America, when he introduced Islam in the Americas to the brothers and sisters at the time. It's just phenomenal to me that if you do not do research, you will leave yourself out of your own history. You understand what I'm saying? And the fact of what Noble Drew Ali has brought us and given us, it's amazing. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Islamism is an ancient, old time religion, right? But it's so old time and ancient that it goes all the way back to the land of Canaan, right? But anyway, what I'm saying
Older
is,
than the sun, moon, and stars, more.
Indeed, Mo. But it's just amazing what the brother brought to us, and I don't think we as a people really understand what our connection is in this country to the Moorish history or Moorish science in general, right?
And a lot of people out there today is off the path, and they get ready for a rude awakening and the wrath. So get ready to come because they hard-hearted.
Yeah. I just want to bring up facts right now, right? And because that's what it's all about. And I also want to give a shout out to the brother Jose Pineda Bey. Pinente Bey. Brother has his PhD, but he is also the author of Othello's Children in the New World, Moorish History and Identity in the African American Experience. So just real quick, if you don't understand who Othello was or whatever the situation may be, because I also was not familiar with that. It's the author of Othello is Shakespeare, and Shakespeare actually had several plays that actually were about Moors, Islam, and a lot of people don't know this. I mean, and even in schools, like they give you the rendition of Romeo and Juliet and so on and so forth, but that whole time, you had Moors who were of great status, who had kingdoms in Europe, and who were, once again, just like how the Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought to us, were affiliated with European families as well, Islam. So, anyway, I just want to give a shout out to that brother because I read this whole book. It's like over 207 pages of information, but the research that this brother did, I have seen none like it, Islam. And I don't mean research as in he just went to books by certain authors. No, this brother actually went to these countries. He went to Morocco, Brazil. He was able to actually get, contact with people in these countries and actually get to speak to these people, our ancestors, right? Who are descendants that were living there. But anyway, I just want to, expound on what Islamism, when Noble Drew Ali brought it to the Americas, is about. Because I don't even know if a lot of the Moors that are part of the Moorish Science Temple really even know what Islamism is about in the sense of how Noble Drew Ali brought it to us in America to give us the connection of our ancestral Moorish history, Islam.
And Islam, we say that the nearest place you can meet Allah is in the heart. So Allah uses us as a vessel. He speaks through us. So we got to watch our actions.
Islam. Just first and foremost, I just want, everyone to understand Islam. You have pre-Islamic and then you have the Islamic history, right? You have those who say that you have the Sunni and then you also have those who are Sufis, right? So you have two different, as you want to say, sects that practice differently, but of the same faith, Islam. And sometimes there needs to be clarification so our people can understand who we are and why we're Moorish, Islam.
What you just said about the two different faiths, I come to learn that when you have these different sects of Muslims, I'm glad, thank Allah for Noble Drew Ali letting me study all the schools of thoughts. You have these two sects of Muslims, their level pertaining to Islam history is very low. They don't even know at all. And they could be studied in religion or and that certain sect for years, but about the history, they don't know nothing about the history.
Islam.
So when that what happens with that cause effect of that, it causes a fight, and when it causes a fight, Rome laughs at them every time.
Exactly. Yep.
It pull the string like a puppet.
Islam. Huh? So I want to be clear too, because what I'm saying and what I'm bringing to the table is actually research that I'm trying to get us as a people, my brothers and sisters, to pay attention to, because Islam came to Africa first. But I don't want you to think that it came to Africa by way of because of Arabs, Islam, or Arabs, Islam. There's a lot of distinction between the Moorish Muslims of Africa, of Europe, of the world, Islam. So I'm just trying to bring a clarification with that. All right. So anyway, first and foremost, I just want to bring this up. Has anyone ever heard of Maraboutism?
No, say it again.
Maraboutism.
Spell that, please.
Maraboutism.
I've never. That's a new word to me. More.
Islam. So within the historical acknowledged boundaries of the Moorish Empire, there has existed the Marabites.
Marabites.
Islam.
Wow.
Or they're
Moabites?
called Marabouts.
Are they Moabites?
Islam.
Okay. That never sounded familiar. Okay.
Right.
Sound like it was
Often referred to as the living saints. These African Muslims came largely from the southern regions of Morocco. These Moabites were attributed with amazing spiritual powers, such as that of healing and defying gravity, time, and space. Such characteristics correspond to abilities which ancient writers like Herodotus attributed
Herodotus.
Herodotus.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Ancient writers like Herodotus attributed to the ancient Kemetic Egyptian priest.
Islam.
That's deep. So
Significantly,
that's
hold
beautiful.
on, one more, and then we can talk, and then I'll fall back and then jump back in. Significantly, characterize the Moors or Moors as the custodians of ancient Egypt, who fled Egypt with their ancient scholarly texts when the armies of Greece and Rome entered the Nile Valley. Islam.
Yeah, so that's taking us in, that right there showing you it's different chambers.
Islam.
It's different because a lot of people trying to make Islam seem like it's the Sunnah.
Islam.
And that's prostituting
Islam.
the religion.
Islam.
Because the Prophet Muhammad said if you had to go far as China to seek wisdom, go as far as China.
Mm-hmm.
King Solomon says wisdom is more valuable than rubies. So a lot of people, when we study, a lot of people just cut off.
Islam. But just right there alone should let my brothers and sisters know, please come to the Moorish Science Temple of America so we can give you the truth. Islam.
Islam.
And if you don't want to come to the Moorish Science Temple of America, we just referenced the book where you can research and find the information for yourself. And I'm not just talking to the brothers and sisters in America. I'm also talking to the so-called brothers and sisters that have just come over from Africa who are trying to say, oh, no, you're not this. No, you're not that. We are not this. You are not that. We are not. Brother, please.
We're scholars.
Go find the research. Go contest me with research. Don't contest me with your emotions. Islam?
Islam.
The word of the day is, since the Pope apologized, it's decolonized.
So I just want to bring reference to the definition of Maraboutism. Right now, this is from I just researched it on the Google. just because I want to give the definition as if I was just a lame person just looking up, and then also because I already gave it from the book. So here we go. Maraboutism refers to the religious and social practices surrounding marabouts. Who are marabouts? So what is a marabout, right? Muslim holy men, teachers, and mystics found primarily, now listen to me, found primarily in North and West Africa, such as Morocco, Senegal, Algeria, Mali. It bridges the mainstream Islam with local folk beliefs. Islam. So what did Noble Drew Ali bring to the brothers and sisters in America? He brought back that old time religion. And what is the old time religion?
Islamism.
Islamism, which is a Muslim holy man who's living the way of life. Islam?
Following the lines of the prophets.
Islam.
You know about the brother Simeon Toko?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know about it.
He was Christian, and this reminds me of him just because he was a Christian that bridged. He wasn't like a regular Christian though. He was bridging ancient African wisdom into modern, more modern day Christianity. But he wasn't a regular Christian, and he was very tapped in and enlightened because he had great feats witnessed by many, and people don't like to talk about him.
What modern day Christianity did to it was it short-circuited us.
Islam.
It cut off the juice.
Islam.
We got to get the juice coming back again. Calling on them ancestors.
Now listen to this. Another fact. Marabout tradition in Morocco. Listen. Sheikh. What does it mean? Is rendered as a leader or chief, head of a brotherhood. Mo.
Hey.
This ain't modern day where I'm bringing this from. This is before the prophet. Islam. So when the prophet brought it to us, he wasn't playing, Mo. He wasn't playing. All right. Shariff. Noble. Title.
What's that?
Yeah. Title given to real or punitive descendants of Prophet Muhammad.
Islam.
Alhamdulillah.
So they said, I'm a descendant.
Barakah. Blessing. Divine grace. In Morocco, assumed to be possessed by individuals of special virtue and or talent, notably the marabouts. Islam.
You said Sharif title given descendants of the Prophet Muhammad.
Islam. Noble, it says Sharif, Sharif, equals Sheriff, Sherif, equals noble. Title given to real or punitive descendants of Prophet Muhammad.
Wow.
Shariff Drew Ali.
Yeah, that's the name. Noble. No, his name is the Noble Abdul Sharif Ali. That's what the prophet was called.
Believers of maraboutism often come from among the rank and file of the Moroccan populace. So when people want to say that they think or they say that it's been taken over by the Arabs, it's an Arab country.
That's a lie.
I just told you. I just gave you the fact. The reason why it's like that, and we're about to break it down right now. The reason why it's like that. Your ancient forefathers and mothers were there. They brought, you already heard what I said, they brought that sacred knowledge from the ancestors and came over to West Africa and started to make empires and kingdoms. This is pre-Islamic. Islam. Now, the reason why in modern day, and hold up, let's just be clear, because Morocco was an empire before it was a country. Alhamdulillah.
Islam.
But because it's a country, let's pay attention to some certain things here. The flag itself is the only Muslim nation that does not have a what on it?
Star and Crescent?
Alhamdulillah. Why is that?
I'm curious.
What does that star connect to? What ancient family, what descendants does that star connect? The Moabites or the Moorbouts or the Moors or the Moorish Empire?
Lion tribe of Judah, root of David.
Alhamdulillah.
King Solomon.
Alhamdulillah. That's King Solomon's star.
Solomon.
That's right.
Wow.
Or Suleiman.
Now hold on. So back to where I'm at though. So the reason why modern day you have this increase of saying that there's more of Arabs in the country of Morocco of the Sunni sect of the faith is because that's the way it was played. That's the way it was, and that's the way now that it's always going to be portrayed.
They try to hijack Islam.
Islam. But they did it by when? When did they do that?
They did it with the help of
Roman
oligarchs.
Islam, the Romans, so on and so forth. Even when the Ottoman Empire took
Because
over
some
Europe,
of them got the same DNA.
they still mixed with those who were still of the same faiths that tried to destroy us from the beginning.
Can I ask you a question, Mo?
Islam, no?
All right, they said Hades conquered France. But they try to give you the opinion that all Frenchmen was light or Europeans.
No.
Then weren't there some dark Frenchmen?
And I bet you don't know this
Answer my
fact.
question.
Hold on, because you just hit something else. Your own founder of this said country in America, the president, General George Washington, he did not coincide with any of the French except, who was it? Give me the name, please. Please give me the name.
Napoleon?
Lafayette.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Infant.
Why?
Islam.
But see, when you go through that, that's that's never disappeared.
Now, hold up.
It's all over.
Hold up. That's the point I'm trying to make. The Prophet Noble Jew Ali brought the truth to us here, brothers and sisters here, to wake us up to understand that that's what's controlling and making the political system the way it is. Islam? If you don't know that, if you do not know that, you're never going to be able to connect yourself to your higher self of understanding. And that's what that sacred knowledge is about. Islam? I just brought out sacred knowledge to my brothers and sisters just now to let y'all know who y'all are. That's what Noble Drew Ali was trying to bring to us in 1920s.
He was trying to get you on the path. A lot of us study Islam, but we're not on the path. We're not on the path because we don't do our research.
You cannot have what you so-called have Freemasonry without the ancestors, without the Asiatics. That's the point. Islam?
Islam.
That's the secret. Islam?
Islam.
Listen, the Shriners, right? That is the playground for the highest so-called degrees of the Masons. Why? Because they get to mimic the actual Magi.
But the beautiful part about it,
And who is the actual Magi?
the moment. But the beautiful part about it, where I like being who I am, the way Allah created us, and our bloodline, DNA, so forth, so on, because when you see one of them sun dodgers, a lot of them, when they get like 50 and 60 years old, they got the turkey goblin neck like this. We ain't the same species. They goblins for real, Mo.
So that's why you have the distinction that when we say that we are Moors and we are part of an ancient history, an ancient Moorish empire, this is where it's coming from. This is what it really is. See, the understanding that you don't have is why we're welcoming everybody to come so we can uplift humanity, because that's what it's all about. Islam.
Islam.
That's all. Islam.
And the way law never changes the conditions of the people until they change with the heart. In other words, Bob said, "Come out of her, my people. Be not partakers of her sins." The only way they can lock you up or mess with you is that you sin. We give them power when we sin. We make them money when we sin. So we have to change our ways. And when we change our ways, we bring in the light, Allah's light. And that's going to bring change into humanity. We're not like them. They keep trying to make you psych your mind.
Yeah.
So I mean, keep trying to psych your mind and make you think you're the same. No. You keep going to and fro to earth, following their ways. When they make things fair seeming, you get caught up into it. And law is throwing down the rope, extending the rope to us. Like, come on up.
Marabout connection to Sufism, technically, which is Islamic mysticism,
Yeah.
which began in the early years of the religion of Islam. Sufism had traditionally been opposed by the Arab-centered Sunni orthodoxy, but this changed somewhat as the number of its concepts became incorporated into the orthodox doctrines.
Do you know what Sufism means, Mo?
Islam, Mo. Drop it on him, Mo.
Look at your beard. Woolly hair.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Woolly hair, see that?
Exactly.
Woolly hair.
Islam.
Never knew that.
So we just making connections, you know what I mean? That's all the day is about, making sure that y'all can understand where we coming from when we on this podcast. We giving you truth and facts, and it's all because the Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought it back in the 1900s, and it's still relevant to this day. Islam? All you gotta do is research, and that's one thing that causes misconceptions about the Moorish Science Temple of America, because I've dealt with it too. I'm sure you Moors have dealt with it too. We run into two Moors who are members of the temple who don't know anything, Mo. A Mo couldn't even tell you what a Moor is. A Mo couldn't even tell you what the Moorish Science Temple is. So sometimes when you come in to try to get the knowledge that you're seeking for, you get discouraged, you get frustrated because you're not getting what you need. But let me tell you something, Mo. That's why the Prophet said you have to research.
Yeah.
You have to do it on your own. I gave you the beginning. This is the beginning stage. What I'm giving you now, what I'm speaking about, this is from me reading and researching and finding out for myself. I had a prior knowledge of Moorish science before becoming a member and becoming a part of the temple, right? But I never really understood what the connection was. You understand?
Going back to Sufism,
Islam.
Sufism, when you practice, you'll find out when you become devout, we're not even really in what they project or what they say, United States of America. Allah's going to take us to the land or the state of mind, consciousness where we're supposed to be. We'd be in a whole different realm. This realm that a lot of us in is an illusion.
Right.
Islam.
So let me just be clear real quick, all right? Maraboutism is specifically affiliated with peoples of the old Moorish Empire in Africa, okay? While Sufism is generally recognized as being more international in its presence, okay? So like in layman's terms, just like the Prophet said, we are connected to that old time religion. Please don't get confused with the modern day, because that's all it is. It's a complete confusion. They're trying to, as they've always done, like the brother Shariff says, take your land right up under your feet. Islam?
Yeah. They try to use trying to use paper to write you out.
Geese.
But they don't have paper a deed to say that they own the land.
Now this is from theologian. Theologian Sterling Means. Listen to this. Now this is about language, right? He says that Hebrew is nothing but a deviation of the African tongue. And he specifically cites Hebrews with its predecessors who spoke Ge'ez and Aramaic. So hold on, right? Because we got all of our so-called peoples in modern day going back and forth. Hebrew, I'm Hebrew. What they just said that was? That was a deviation of the African tongue. So that means it was something that was created again for another nation to understand from the original language, which was what? Ge'ez or Aramaic. Alhamdulillah. Y'all need to wake up and start doing research, man. You're going to find who the true people are. You're going to find who are the divine. Islam?
And when you wake up and start doing research, we move the masses.
Listen, what it says here. It says the Phoenicians were phenotypically Afro-Asiatic people with culture connections to East Africa. Hebrew and Phoenician were mutually interchangeable. Serious linguistics treated both as dialects of a single Canaanite language.
Hebrew and Phoenicians were interchangeable.
Yeah.
So that's where phonics come from. Like in school, you got phonics, phones, phonetics.
Phoenicians were firmly linked to the Egyptians in the Bible, both as listed sons of who?
Cush.
Ham.
All right. They're related. Cush is Ham's son.
Moorish Americans, Jesus. Oh, okay. So now we getting Now we getting to the good stuff. So a lot of the conception that we get is that how y'all gonna be Muslims and y'all believe in Jesus Christ? How y'all gonna be Muslims and y'all act like he this and he that? Like, see, now hold up there, Mo. Now who you talking about? Because I know about Isha. You know, I know about that brother. So when we talk about that brother, why are we talking about that brother so much? Why are we giving so much relevance to that brother? Because he was of the Canaanite family. Ding, 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 ding. That's why, Mo. And just like everything else, what did they do? They took from the Canaanite family and they made it their own to trick you again.
And they still doing it.
For Moorish Americans, Jesus is understood to have been one of their own, an Africanoid man. He essentially represents a Moabite, Judean, Canaanite, Kemet, who can be placed under the etymology, all-encompassing designation, etymology, all-encompassing designation of Moor. Praise Allah.
Praise Allah. Islam.
All this knowledge is important, brothers and sisters, but you have to look at where you stand on the battlefield, because we are on the battlefield. This battle's real. Like I said, every time they lock us up, we're prisoners of war for real. So even though the Pope did apologize, the strategy is still there in their court system.
And don't get it twisted, okay? We not up here saying that Europeans are bad, they're this, they're that. Understand something, one thing, so. You need to study, okay? Because
for educational purpose only.
Only because, you know, some of these facts that we have brought up, you're confused about, right? But you need to understand something, man. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice is practiced by all humans. Should be practiced, let me say this, should be practiced by all humans. That's the uplifting of humanity. I guarantee you there's Europeans who believe in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
Oh, I met them.
Islam.
But my thing is, some of my greatest teachers were Europeans.
Islam.
Caucasian. I like intelligence. I like to learn.
That's right.
I'm open to that, and a lot of people don't like that. So I got to be around a scholarly circle.
Right.
Islam.
But you know, just like anything else, when you have a system that's in place, right, that has used what is actually your people's identification and nationality, and use it against you to try to make you fearful of who you really are.
And so, even though they even used that to turn some of us
Against us.
against us, so that type of pawn you got to watch out for it too.
Islam.
He's dangerous.
Islam.
She's dangerous.
Islam. Man.
As Minister Farrakhan said, cleanse yourself of leprosy, whiteness of the mind.
Islam.
Dr. Claude Anderson talks about that a lot. We bring him up a lot, but he talks about how they, almost gamified, snitching, or like, they would incentivize us to work against each other. The house Negroes, like, hey, we'll get you an extra, some extra bacon if you let me know about the insurrection coming, or let me know about any runaways.
But who? It wasn't it. Make sure I'm correct. Wasn't it the prophet Isha who casted the demons to the pigs?
Pigs, legions.
Okay, so come on, man. So why you think they making you eat it? Or they want you to eat it, or they make all of their products with it.
That's
bro.
also the sign. That's also the sign. That's also the sign of Roman legions too.
Exactly. It's all. And see, I want to get to that too, but I just want to make sure, because sometimes I feel like I just be going on, and I want my brothers to get in. You know what I'm saying? But I also wanted to make that connection too, that under this so-called Freemasonic political system that we have, okay. And don't get me wrong, because everybody wants to say he always talking about something bad about the Mason. That's not what I'm saying, Mo. I'm giving historical understanding of what it is. Freemasonry is the knowledge of our ancient ancestors that has been trickled down for ages. Okay, it goes all the way back to Brownianism. All right, to the ancient Black Indians, right, of the East, who then were letting the Ethiopians, as they want to say, and the so-called Moors cast down the wisdom to the rest of the so-called people of the world. But what I'm trying to get us to understand, because you got to wake up, right? This so-called system, right, is secretly shaking hands and making deals behind your back. But the only way for you to turn the light on it is to actually wake up and open a book and research and find out what's going on. Islam. So I just want to be clear. The way that this was started, right, was of the minds of certain individuals who still were from that Roman mentality of creating a so-called society with the same degrees, symbols, and so on of knowledge from your people. Do you understand? They had a secular view of what they wanted to do and how they wanted to do it. And yes, these individuals also were connected with individuals in Europe who had their back. Islam. But one thing is this: fact is fact. You can't evade the truth. So in a way, you have to make sure you do what you have to do in order to get up out of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Islam.
Listen, I'm grateful for you brothers, for us to be here every Monday doing this podcast, because this is our demonstration to do the prophet's work, uplifting fallen humanity. Even though we actually do more than just talk, but in terms of the podcast, sometimes that's all people need. just some words, some light, and some direction to, books you can go in. And
also remember, when somebody nail you to the cross, they stop you from rising, resurrecting, and being upright. So that's something that they practice on people all the time. But I want to ask you a question, my brothers. They said, what's the baddest, being hung to the cross or the totem pole?
What's the what?
What you call that, Bo? The Indians do the fire around the feet. Like the fire around the feet. Wasn't that the totem pole?
Yeah, that was on the totem pole. They burnt the
Like the fire around the feet.
Yeah.
What's the baddest, that or the cross? That's deep, ain't it?
That is deep.
What you think, Lou?
I didn't understand. You said it was battered the
Remember
cross
how
or the
the-
totem?
Remember how the Indians used to like hang you up on a pole and light the fire all around your feet?
Like in terms of like an execution or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the baddest that on the cross?
I feel like being burned alive, it sounds horrible.
Right.
I mean, that's why they call hell, hellfire is
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah.
That sounds like the worst.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would go with that. Yeah,
That's deep, ain't it?
that is deep.
But a lot of things ain't mentioned. That's why we have to study.
Yes, ma'am.
And when we study, it broadens our horizons. It frees you. Right now, a lot of people are going to and fro the earth, they slaves. And you have a lot of people, all skin folk and kinfolk,
That's right.
look like you trying to keep you down in that muck like that.
Islam. We're
We
doing,
got to try like swift angels.
yeah, we're doing our best because our people are already brainwashed, and we're just trying to wash their brains again. They need to rewash.
That's
and,
right.
Reprogramming. So
Come in harmony with the cosmos.
Islam.
Harmony
So
balance with nature or the way, the four seasons, the four elements, et cetera, et cetera. Earth, wind, fire, and water.
Islam. Nature is the way. I've come to understand God to be good, orderly direction because that's what's happening. That's what you're witnessing. I mean, that's what Islam is, and being a Muslim, submitting to the will of God. There's nature. There's the universe is already in order.
We have to
And
we have to learn.
enemy is making us get out of
We
order.
have to learn Duke's discussion on that word God,
Islam.
because a lot of times people use that word to mesmerize people,
Yeah.
and it ain't even really what people think it is.
Yes. Exactly.
When they took away our ability to speak,
Mm-hmm.
The Holy Quran says, "Do not let Shaitan sever the rope between you and Allah." Allah is one of His names now in Arabic, but there's many different cultures. Moorish Quran said, "Whatever you may call him, he's a causeless cause, rootless root from which all things have grown." So just because you might, what you're talking about, you might say it in your culture. So I don't have a right to try to mesmerize you about what I believe in, what I think it is, what I studied. That ain't right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because the nearest place you can meet him in the heart.
That's where he is.
That was when I was growing up. That was one thing I just didn't rub. Religion didn't rub me the right way because it's like, okay, well, what if somebody that's never heard of it? Like, what if this person never heard of Jesus? They're gonna go to hell? Like that didn't make any sense to me.
People,
What if they never heard of it?
people teach that.
Yeah, I would have a girl to
it's
tell me, she's
going
like, if you
back-
don't accept Jesus Christ in your heart, you're not going to go to
It's
heaven.
going back to what did the Crusades do to us?
Yeah.
Through the Crusades, a lot of us went stock, raving man, lost our mind. Talking about PTSD. That's some serious PTSD.
Indeed. Yeah, they subjugated us, Mo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
For real. As you said about the Pope apologizing, like, the damage is done. The damage is done.
And so if he apologized and stuff, it's time for some of them ministers to apologize.
Yeah, but like you said, the
Wouldn't you
apologies is
agree,
not
Mo?
enough.
Absolutely.
The Pope was man enough to get up and tell the truth.
Exactly.
Now some people have made millions and millions of dollars offline. It's time for them to get up and tell the truth.
That's right.
Or they going to keep leading the people down the path? As the Holy Quran says, ambush. And so even with all cultures combined together collectively, right? We are here in America, the foundation. They say so-called Black Americans, but I'm talking about our roots in here. We're a set-aside class.
Islam.
You got to be very careful. Listen to what people say and bounce it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying don't listen to them. And then, like the Prophet Noble Ali said, don't believe me. Check me out.
Check, right.
You check them out and
check it
examine
out.
them.
That's right. You could do this on your own.
Because the tongue is a powerful instrument. A lot of times the tongue got a falsehood too, Bo.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's why you gotta be mindful.
So a lot of people are crafty with that stuff. They can put you under spell and stuff and got you mesmerized and small.
Islam.
Because our speaking ability was better. We'd be in a better position than we are now in life.
You're absolutely
With
right.
that
man.
tongue, man, you can create a mountain. Can't you take people on top of the mountain with the tongue,
Absolutely,
Mo?
Mo.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
or kick them down.
Yeah.
But not only that, you can take them travel 7 seas.
That's right. That's right. That's right, Mo.
We ain't scared of no pirates, are we, Bo?
No, not at all.
Now, speaking of the pirates,
They said the pirates used to wear turbans, right, Mo?
Shit.
this guy James messaged me earlier and said, "Hey, I'm curious. This is random. I don't know who this person is." He said, "Hey, I'm curious how people in Delaware view America's relationship with Israel. Are you open to chat?" And I said,
they need a lot of attention, but we need to concentrate on us.
Islam.
Let them like the Holy Quran explains it real deep. Mac, you know what it say, Mo? It say, "O unbeliever, I desire not to worship what you desire to worship, neither desire to worship what I desire to worship. Neither I desire to worship what you have want to worship, neither desire to worship what I want to worship. To your way be yours, mine be mine."
Let's talk to him. He said, "What he asked you? What's America's view of what?"
He said, "I'm curious how people in Delaware view America's relationship with Israel. Are you open to chat?"
Yeah, because we also know this. Let's hear go another fact. Mali, the kingdom of Mali, right, which was a part of the kingdom within the Moorish Empire, was said to be inhabited by one of the lost or missing tribes of Israel. So, yes, us in America, the Moors of America,
Is Israel.
Islam.
We are Israel.
Islam. We are the missing tribe.
We the real Israel.
Islam.
And so people keep trying to confuse people like Israel is a location, but Israel's a people.
Listen,
That's why when you see the name, the L's are like Quinnell, that's where Israel come from.
Yeah.
And the Moorish Science Temple of El
The
represents Israel.
listen.
And a Muslim and an Israelite and Hebrew, all that's one and the same. People never tell you that.
So when it says here, after I just read that, it says, or missing tribes of Israel, this could be a reference to either the Bafar Jews of Mali or the Rebekite Jews, which the illustration of the 19th century South Carolina slave Billy Simmons said he was a part of. Jackson's account also refers to a most interesting Moroccan symbol, the number 5, displayed by the human hand. The number 5 is the emblem of the hand of power or Trinity.
Pentagon.
Many Moroccan Jews of this period used this painted hand on their doors or houses as an amulet to charm away oppression. Listen now, a National Geographic article of July 1988 entitled "When the Moors Ruled Spain" refers to the same symbol, referred to as the Hand of Fatima. It is a popular Muslim symbol which pays tribute to the daughter of the Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him. The symbol is that of an open right hand with the fingertips pointing directly upward. The motif appears frequently in the motif appears frequently in Moorish art.
Islam.
Listen, it even goes so far, this symbol has also been found in Ohio.
Ohio?
So that goes back to that brother's question that asked how we feel about Israel and America. We that, Mo. So come holler at the true.
Yeah, we are the Hebrews.
Come holler at the true.
The real one.
That's
The
right.
real.
That's my grandpa's middle name is Hebrew.
Hold on, one finish.
Yeah, that's
So it was found in Ohio at the Hopewell Mound in Ross County. Its pre-Columbian American present again allows for reasonable speculation about the ancient African Moorish contents with the Americas. Islam, Mo.
Islam. Speaking of that, yesterday, because I have an old Mac, a necklace of an old Mac head, and my mom, she had seen it before, maybe she didn't, but yesterday she was at the house. She was like, "What is that?" That's an old Mac head. She was like, "What's the old Mac head?" I'm like, "Mom, you never heard of the old Mac statues?" But just I mean, anybody doesn't know, obviously, please look it up. It's clear,
Still a big head.
yeah, clear evidence
from Mexico.
Yeah, in South America, big megalith statues,
There's a whole lot of them.
a whole lot of them with clear African features. These are
with knots.
yes,
I was about to say, even
Like
some
the
of them
Buddha
have
got
a little
knots.
fez on it. If you
yeah,
look,
yeah.
But the
if you look,
Buddha got knots too, don't he?
Yeah, no,
woolly hair.
these are most definitely Muslims, Asiatic black men in the shores of America prior to Columbus, most definitely. So we're at that hour mark. Honestly, I really don't want to stop because I think we're picking up some good wind, but we have to save some for next week. We can't be here all night. Any final remarks or any final thoughts you want to leave people for the week or the strong?
Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Islam. Ism.
May Allah watch between you and me while we're absent one from another. Amen.
Islam. And on that note, we're signing off. Please check us here at the Moor Culture Center, 715 North King Street, every Friday at 7 p.m., the God Hour for Holy Temple meetings or study hall. Come fellowship with us, study with us, and proclaim your nationality here in the temple. Islam. Peace.
Peace.
Thanks for reading the books, man.